Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Football Van B with your boy Solomon again, back with another video. And in this video, we're going to be looking at some of the 5 takeaways that we picked from the game between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Rwandans. We're going to look at it all together. Now, one thing I've learned is that these things I learned, I'm expecting to see them even in the next game, and I'm believing that we are going to get results. Like I believe. And after the game against Rwanda, I saw a lot of people making nasty comments about Alex Iwobi, about Victor Osimhen, saying that where did he keep all this performance before now? I've told you, I've repeated myself again and again. Osimhen is disrespected just because he has the black skin. And because Osimhen is having a black skin, that's the reason why you have. If Osimhen was an English striker or a Spanish striker, I'm telling you, this will not be having this kind of a conversation. But anyway, that aside, moving to the 5 things that I've learned from the Super Eagles, going into the game against, the Zimbabweans. So we're going to see the Zimbabwe. Let's see. These are things that we need to have seen. Now, the number one thing is that looking at that game with Rwanda, I felt like the first thing that I noticed about what the manager has done, talking about in person of Eric Chelle, is the fact that he has given the Super Eagles, he has given us a kind of, a shape, a tactics. We now have a clear plan of what we want to do. Now, how did I get this? I see this in the fact that you notice at the point in time when each time we add set pieces, we're actually a threat to the Rwandans. Not only that, at a point in time in the game, there was a time he actually I think about the 37th or 38th minutes, but we saw this our goalkeeper Stanley Wambali, wasting time. These are all his tactics, what he wanted to do. Keep the game, slow down the game, you are ahead, wait till you get to the next, to the second half before you go out again. These are the tactics we don't used to have. Then they do that more against us, and most times it works against us. But now, this manager has come in with a new tactics of what, having a plan. Not only that alone, if you notice another game, in the second half, there was a counter-attack that Akorede would have gone on, to score. And Akorede went ahead, and some people, also bashing him also for doing that. He was playing strictly to the coach's instruction. The coach said, just calm down, meaning that there is a game plan. The game plan is he went there with all out attack because basically we had 5 attacking players on the pitch that day, which is unusual of the Super Eagles. The Super Eagles doesn't play our game like that. Most times we go back, pack up defenders and the rest of them, play 3 at the back and so on, play 5 defenders. But here, this man showed us that he has a clear plan, and his plan is to attack, and he did that by showing, having the likes of Samuel Chukwueze, having Moses Simon, Victor Osimhen, and also Ademola Lookman up front. That shows intense. He knew what he wanted, and he went for it immediately. The second thing I've also noticed is that if this team will survive under Eric Chelle, I think there will be good performance from the likes of Alex Iwobi and Victor Osimhen. Now, if you look at the way we played, and the way we played in the game against Rwanda, everything was centered around Alex Iwobi and Victor Osimhen. Because basically, as I said, if we lose Osimhen again, it will be very, very difficult to find a striker that will replicate what Osimhen actually did in that game. Osimhen was running 24/7. Osimhen should be the epitome of what everybody should be aspiring to be in the Super Eagles camp. When you are with the Super Eagles, you should be able to run for every ball. And Osimhen made it visible. He made that active by doing that, leading by example. And if you're supposed to ask me, who is supposed to be the captain of the Super Eagles at the moment, it's supposed to be Victor Osimhen. He's the best in the world. He's the best that we have at the moment. And I still stand to be corrected. Anybody can tell me Osimhen is the best striker in the world right now. I don't care who you want to say. You can quote me on that. We can judge the start anytime later. Now, key number 3 that I want to make, Eric Chelle himself, for him, he's out here to prove himself. He's out there to prove himself. So, for me, I believe that he's there to prove himself. Basically, he knows that it is not a joke to have the Super Eagles job. In Africa, the best team you can actually be coaching at the moment is the Super Eagles. Is it for the vibes? Is it for the talent? Is it for everything? So he's out there to prove himself. What he achieved with Mali, he didn't have enough players to achieve to attain the ball. With Super Eagles, he's sure that he can actually get something with the Super Eagles. So he's out there to prove himself. And if you see the way he was speaking, he said, I'm happy with my players, I'm doing this with my players. It's everything about him is that he saw the chance of him achieving something great with a better team. It's like you, okay, the way you are now, it's like you getting a chance to coach a Real Madrid. If you have been coaching other teams, but for you to coach a group of superstars, you cannot compare that with anything. So I think he's out there to prove himself. Another key point I've learned, which is the number 4 thing that I learned from what he has done, is that no player is actually untouchable. No player is untouchable. Now, naturally, when you look at the order of picking, I don't think is it Arokodade? I don't think Arokodade should be starting any game ahead of the likes of Umar Sadiq, Victor Boniface, and some other players up on like that. Forget anybody. All I do that once you are able to do what the manager wants, you're able to run, obey instructions. And that's I think they said when you were complaining about Arokodade stopping and not continuing the run when he got that 2 pass, I knew that something was wrong, and I believe that that was what the manager told him. He played exactly what the manager wanted him to play. So for me, and I think that's what's important, discipline as a manager. No player is untouchable. If you are not this, you are out. And finally, which is the 5th thing that I see, is that qualification for the World Cup is still possible. All we need to do is get the likes of Victor Osimhen fit, get the likes of Alex Iwobi to be playing on football, and see as many qualities that we can add to the squad. And for me, I'm excited. The next game is against Zimbabwe. That will be on Tuesday, 5 p.m. Please, I'm enjoying everybody. Let's go out there and let's watch the Super Eagles. Let's go out there and see what we can actually get from them. That is the only way we can support. And I have one thing to say. Many a times, it is enough that they are moving all this game. Look at the game we played against Rwanda. If you check the Rwanda National Stadium, it was very, very full. There was no space. It was just like the Ivory Coast, what they did to us in the final of that AFCON. That was what they did. So, for me, I feel the Super Eagles need the support it can get right now if we want to go to the World Cup. And it's very, very disappointing if we miss out on this World Cup because of the kind of generation of players that we have at the moment. This is not a generation where we have 1. We have 2, we have 3, we have 4, 5 players that can compete with that can compete as an elites in the world. That's what I mean by the kind of player we have. So this generation should not go without attempting to do something in the World Cup. Thank you for watching video. That will be all for this video. Don't forget to smash the like. We're on the 137 count now. Don't forget to smash the like and let's subscribe. Come on and let me hear your comment. Do you think that this manager Eric Chelle will do well with the Eagles? I personally think he will, and I personally think this is a turn. I think there's an revolution coming up, and I think that those are the changes that I have noticed. And what are those things that you have noticed that I might not have noticed? Put it in the comment section. Let me know. Pick up everybody. Don't forget to smash the like, subscribe. I will see you on the next video. Peace.